Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome to a game I can't really say the name of, but I'm sure going to try. Onee Chanbara. Onee Chanbara Origin is what the game is called. What it is a remake of the original two games. I'm going to try to give a little bit of a history of this series because some of you may not know about this series. I would not blame you for not knowing about it. Onee Chanbara, and if I'm not saying the name right, I do greatly apologize. As you can tell from the front cover or not the front cover, but this title screen, it's a Japanese anime game. The original Onee Chanbara was released only in Japan and in Europe, or in the I don't know if it was like all European release or if it was just like the limited area. Some of those games were limited. I don't know. But I believe they were called, and I'm actually Googling this right now just to make sure I got it right. In Japan, of course, they were called Onee Chanbara. But in Europe, on the PS2 in 2004 was the original release. It was called Zombie Zone. And then the second game and was called Zombie Hunters. And then the third game, which is a sequel to the original game, it says on Wikipedia, was released only in Japan, but there was a special edition re-release as an expansion to Zombie Hunters called Zombie Hunters 2. All these games were only released in Japan and Europe. Then, finally, in 2006, on the Xbox 360, and my dad bought this for me when I was a kid. Great dad. Onee Chanbara Bikini's Samurai Squad was released. And it was one of the only ones to be released in America. It was the only one at that time to be released in America. And then in 2009, Onee Chanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers on the Wii came out. And I have that one. I don't have my Xbox 360 one anymore, so we might play that one at some point. It was known as Onee Chanbara Revolution overseas. And then there was another one only released in Japan called Onee Chanbara Special in 2011 on the PSP. And then there was Onee Chanbara Z on the Xbox 360 only in Japan in 2012. And then it got a re-release on the PS3 only in Japan. And then there was Onee Chanbara Z2 Chaos, which was one of the first ones to get a PC release and an American release on PS4. And then there is this one, which is a remake of the first two games. So the one that would be called Zombie Zone and Zombie Hunter. Very confusing, I know. I guess to sum it up, this is a cult niche series that came out of Japan. If you want to know the plot of it, I mean, you're looking at it. You play as a samurai cowgirl going around cutting up monsters. So the closest comparisons is Devil May Cry and God of War, and I wouldn't say Dynasty Warriors, but kind of, that kind of Japanese flair. Most of the series never came over to America. The ones that didn't sell very well to my knowledge, but these games are like $160. There's also a spin-off game that I didn't mention because I can't remember the name of it. But on Steam, they had the spin-off, Onee Chanbara Origins, and Z2 for like $40 from $160, and that's a bargain. And I love hack and slash games. I've been going through a rough patch. My back's been hurting, and a lot of problems there that, just right now I don't feel like mentioning. But I was looking for something that, if I record, is not very difficult on me. I'm not looking to play Bayonetta right now and try to perfectly time my witch time and try to get really flashy combos and impress you guys. I just want something that might be able to make me laugh and help cheer me up a little bit. So I figured this would be a little bit of fun. I will say, if you get this on PC, it might have just been mine, but beware. The game starts in Japanese. If you want to know how to change it, it will start up to this screen. You go down to the second option on the bottom. Scroll over to display settings. The gear will be there even when it's in Japanese. And then go down to the third button. And then it's the second option is English. And so if you buy the PC version, it's on PS4 as well. I would imagine it would start in English on the PS4 version, but if it doesn't, that is how you do it. So this is the other Onee Chanbara games that I've seen, and the ones I remember playing on the Wii used a normal art style, so like Yakuza or any other game, I guess, from 2006 and 8. This game is completely rebuilt from the ground up. It's not a remaster, it is a full-on remake. The graphics for this one are anime styled. So there's like outlines and stuff like that you can turn off. I don't know what the characters look like, so I'm going to try it with and without. There is English voice acting and all that. Now, for some reason, when I first started the game, it also wouldn't start in full screen. It took 3 closings and openings of it, and then alt-tabbing out for it to finally load into full screen. So the PC port seems a little bit wonky. It's locked at either 30 or 60 FPS, and you get no other options. So this is what we got. So other than that, there's not really much to say about it. I mean, I just described the entire series. So story mode. New game. I've never played the originals before because, like I said, I'm big into emulation, but because I've only ever heard of this series with its American names, which are the Japanese names, I didn't know it had European names. So I never emulated these games or went back and tried to find this series. The last one I played was the one on the Wii, and then I just, I never heard of the series again. There's a normal and a hard mode. I guess I'm just going to go for normal.
Better safe than sorry.
Did she say anything else if I pick hard mode?
It's a little rough.
Okay, I'm just going to go with normal because I don't know anything about this game.
My name is Aya. I use the sword skills my father taught me to hunt undead all across Japan. The undead are reanimated human corpses.
No shit.
They devour the flesh of the living and run rampant throughout the world.
So is this like full-on zombie apocalypse, or is this like
Not that I give a damn about the world.
They live in secret?
2 years ago, my stepmother was killed, and my father and half-sister Saki vanished. So I started looking for them, and one day, I was contacted by an informant named Ray. She said she'd help me find my family, if, in exchange, I would help her hunt the undead. A long time has passed since I started destroying the undead for Ray.
Why would you continue to stay with her then?
I haven't found any solid leads. Just as I was almost ready to give up, exhausted by day after day of hunting, I suddenly received a message from Saki.
Are you going to keep us in suspense? It really is going to keep us in suspense. I hope it didn't crash. There we go. Okay, a jewel with destructive... Okay, I don't know what these gems are, so reading about it ain't going to help me right now. Okay, it doesn't look bad just from the opening here. Okay, we can see where the priorities for the camera is.
Aya, die, won't you? For Mom's sake?
Saki.
So it's a Dante and Virgil sort of deal here. I like the lower back tattoo and then the Pamela Anderson like tattoo on her arm. You can tell that they're trying to, I guess, make her look American. Okay. Hold down RB to lock onto an enemy. You can also use the switch to lock on target. Okay. X to attack with your most basic weapon, or Y to unleash a special attack using projectile, weapon, or hand-to-hand combat. Okay. Enemy is hit with an attack. The enemy's break level will increase in a broken state, which means it easily flinches. Special attacks raise the level more quickly. Okay.
Come on! I'll take you all out!
Okay, cool finish. Dang. So it is kind of like Dynasty Warriors, because I'm just mowing through these bastards. Okay, I can't see things very well. As you attack enemies, your weapon will be splattered with blood, filling your weapon degradation gauge, so my weapon can break, and reducing your attack. Use LB to reload often as possible by shaking off the blood. If you reload part way through a combo, you can perform a quick reload, decreasing your exposure to enemy attack. Okay. I like Japanese swords. I studied Japanese sword fighting. I used to like Iaido quite a bit because I watched Virgil and he uses Iaido in Devil May Cry. My back lately has been giving me problems, so I don't practice like I used to. But blood on your sword isn't going to make it less sharp. The more you hit things, it dulls the blade. Like every time steel hits steel, another sword hits another sword, or you hit a tree or a wall or anything, you're dulling your sword. It's like, you know, a kitchen knife. The more you use it, the duller it's going to get, you know. People don't really realize how quickly a blade can dull, but blood will make it rust if you leave it on there. That's why, like, when you see samurai movies and stuff, they flip it off before they put it in the saya. You know, it's a wet lubricant thing, and it will mess up your. You got to give maintenance to your weapons, but I've never heard of blood making your weapon degrade or slowing you down. It doesn't weigh enough. You know what? That little bit that's splattered on the blade. You know, that's a weird mechanic. I don't know why they would do that.
My blade's losing its edge. Shake off the blood.
See, she's okay. Yeah, for some reason she really thinks that her blade gets dull with blood on the end. And how does shaking it off restore it then? Explain that to me. And also, okay, so you are actually open for a good little window there if you're not careful. So, yeah, you're better off to hit. I'm guessing these are like... I read somewhere that they're supposed to be like vampires, so I don't know if she is a vampire and that's why the blood is a big deal to her or what. I don't even know if she is one. Like I said, I didn't even like playing this as a kid, not to act like I was such a goody two-shoes, but my mother was extremely religious, and probably the first time I played this game, either she would have taken it away from me, or I would have said no, Mama wouldn't want me having that. I hate to sound, you know, childish, but that's who I was, and I'm not ashamed of it, you know. Okay, I do notice that my attacks do slow down, though, if I'm not careful. Ow. Okay, I'm guessing that's like a parry sort of deal. How am I supposed to get those specials? It seems like it's almost at random that I get my specials. Come on, hit it. There we go. Okay, I can see when I need to flip the blood off. There we go. I like that there is at least a little meter. At least the game runs well, I'll give it that. Although, saying it's a cool finish when all I'm doing is slicing through a big chunk of the enemies is kind of misrepresentation there, I would say.
Looks like that's the last of them.
So she's got a tribal tattoo and a rose tattoo. You can tell that she's really early 2000s.
Your friendly informant right here.
But you're not helpful.
So, you're at the graveyard? How's the quest to find your sister going?
Well, just like you said, I found Mother's grave.
Wouldn't you know where your mother was buried?
Her body's been taken away.
Whoa, taken away? What for, do you think?
Not sure. Maybe Saki wants to bring her back to life.
Why?
Are you kidding? That sounds like something out of a fantasy novel.
But if...
I guess. Anyway, got anything for me?
Oh, yeah. So, that little sister you're trying so hard to find? We may have a lead on her.
What?
Not far from where you are now. There's a hospital that was closed up years ago. Someone saw a girl in a school uniform in there.
That's very vague.
Got it. I'll head right over.
I knew you'd be up for it, Aya.
Why keep her sword drawn? Okay, I can dash. If it comes in contact with other walls, you do an acrobatic parkour move. Okay, so let me ask a question still, too. She called her stepmother in the opening, and then she said mother. So is this her mother or is this her stepmother? That's a question that I think is fair to ask. Second off, if it's her mother, why would her half-sister want to revive a woman who isn't even her mother? You know, it's just odd question. Maybe she grew up hearing about her. Maybe their stepmother was a prick. Oh, no, it's not. But you know what I mean. I don't understand. It's one of those kind of, you know, that's a very simple mistranslation. Maybe she called her stepmom mom. But, you know, when you say it one way, then you say it another, it confuses you on the plot. And how could just saying a girl in a schoolgirl uniform was seen in an old hospital make her think, yes, that is my sister? Okay. So, I have no money, but I can buy rings, apparently, that increase my stats. And then I have different combos. I can apparently change the music with stuff. Yeah, by the way, this game has over 50 DLCs, and so does Onee Chanbara Z2. But most of it, as far as I could tell, is like alternate outfits. It's kind of like Dead or Alive 5 and 6 on Steam. The edition I got that came with all 3 games came with none of the DLC. So if you want the DLC, you're going to have to buy that separate. And it's like 99 cents to $4 or $5. So, oh, you get a photo mode. So take that into consideration yourself. Make a choice, you know, fitting for you, whatever works for you. And that's all I guess I can recommend on this so far. So let's see what we got. Also, is there an explanation as to why she's fighting in a extremely revealing bikini in a...
Gotta say, I'm good at this.
What do you call that? I don't know what you... Fuzzy scarf and a cowgirl hat. You know, just why? And the game is hitching a little bit. A lot.
Sounds good.
How can I get her to the ground quicker? That's what I want to know. Because she has aerial attacks, yes? Oh, that's giving me an opening to redo my sword the quickest. See, yeah, that's not so quick, but if I can actually chain it together. That's interesting. How many dead people are just in the ground around here? Okay. If you dodge just as the enemy's attacking, the move changes to a prediction, rendering you invincible. So it's almost like a witch time sort of deal.
Damn, I'm hemmed in.
Looks like there's a barrier, huh? You should be good to go after clearing out all the undead here.
Fine by me. I was gonna take them all out anyway.
Do you really have to, though? Because there's a lot of them.
Slightest, does it? By the way, I had a peek at your phone and saw that message from your sister.
Another one of your stealth operations, huh? And what of it?
Well, I was shocked. I mean, die, won't you? Who talks like that to their sister? So,
You should
does
meet
your little sister
my
have a grudge
family.
against you or what?
Who knows? After all, we're practically strangers.
Really? How come?
Well, for one thing, we had different mothers. Tony's
So?
birth mother died right after I was born.
Wow, your family's pretty complicated.
That's not very out of the ordinary, is it?
I've got sisters too. I guess we get along alright. But sisters can be a real pain. You know?
I guess so.
I mean, really. We'd be better off without them, right?
But I get the feeling if I keep track of Saki, she might lead me to my father.
Maybe.
Okay, but it sounds like if she's not that much older than, or that younger than you, then, you know, there's not really that much of an excuse for you not to be that close. I bet you she'll probably, like, turn into some sort of zombie. This kind of is giving me Lollipop Chainsaw feels. If you've played Lollipop Chainsaw, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's very similar. I need to record that for the channel at some point. So I cleared that in under 5 minutes. Although I've been playing for 21 minutes. Or recording, I should say. Okay, I don't know what any of these... I got a V. I don't know what a V is in terms of a score. Okay. I'm apparently leveling up. And I earned some money from that. Oh, I have to increase a stat. And there's 99 stats. 99 points for each stat, I mean. I guess I'd rather upgrade my attacks more than anything. I'm the kind of... I always like go for like a rogue and stuff whenever I play some like RPGs. If I prefer to hit hard and dash out rather than have a lot of health. I'd rather just be able to kill you quickly than have to deal with it for a long time. Hello, fatty.
I'm gonna slice you up.
The voice acting isn't really nothing special, but you know, it's serviceable so far, I guess. It's a translation, I guess that's how you can word this so far. So I can parry. Okay.
Whoa, you're a big freak, aren't you? Get in my way and I'll cut you in two.
My info says there's a large...
I say as I take a massive hit. Hang on, I'm going to switch the lock onto a press, because I have a feeling this is the kind that I'm not going to use that often.
Area. He overswings a lot and his attacks offer openings, but be careful. He's powerful. But no,
I guess I have a large health bar.
Can't handle.
Well, that's pretty vague. But thanks. I'll dice him up real good.
Okay, every time I parry, I miss, it looks like. Because I hit the button just before he hits, but see, there's like a wind-up on a... See, I'm trying to hit it, but then she only rolls when she's locked on. Okay, try not being locked on. That time that didn't hit me. There we go, that was a parry. Now, I hit the parry button there. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Sometimes, so the parry, if I can talk, is very precise.
A little rough, is it? Your baneful blood gets excited when you're covered in the blood of others, doesn't it?
So
And when that excitement reaches its peak, it makes you go berserk, right?
What? So she gets turned on by being covered in blood.
Here it comes.
So she is like a vampire. So, why does she... Okay, I don't mean to sound offensive in any way, and I'm not the type that generally sits and talks about stuff like this. But why did they turn a character who's a white girl into what looks like a black girl? Maybe I can't. Why does her skin get darker? I guess is the term. That's very strange. The hair I would have expected to turn white, not blonde. Why does she have a skin tone change? She looks like a recolor from like Guilty Gear of a fighter. You know how just there's the random one that changes the skin color. That's very odd. I won't judge it though. Okay. If you continue to be splattered with the blood of your enemies, thereby maxing out the stains on your body, you'll take on the Berserk form. So my character icon fills up, okay. When you take on the Berserk form, your defenses are lowered, but your attack and attack speed will be greatly increased. Okay.
Now we're having fun.
So she is just turned on.
Are even scarier than the undead. They really are fascinating.
She sounds like she's getting turned on by watching. So has every character got like a sexual fetish sort of deal? Even her tattoo changed colors, okay. Okay, where'd the boss go? He's just gone. How long does this time last? I can't see any difference on the screen. I've not got a lot of combos right now either. I'm just kind of just hitting the basic combo variations. Ow. It's kind of hard to tell when enemies are going to attack too, because the parry isn't like an instant block sort of deal. It isn't like Dark Souls level parry. It's one of those things you hit it and there's like a brief momentary delay. It's not really long, but it's just long enough that it will mess with you. It's like input lag, I guess is what you'd call it. Okay, now the boss is back. Yep, there's Fatso. I don't feel like I'm attacking any quicker, if you want to know the truth. So can I not? Yeah, I can parry in midair. Okay, he just missed. The problem is, see, he's so big that you miss him sometimes. Whoa.
Huh? Don't tell me.
What the heck?
You're too busy to talk right now?
Whatever gives you that idea. Okay.
Whoa. Man, I actually am taking some damage here. Why do I just get pushed back like that? I can't even see. Why would they make an enemy that the camera isn't even zoomed in on? And I'm close to death. I don't know how to regenerate. Whoa! And I actually did die there. So you have to restart if you die. Okay, character profile. A beautiful mistress of the sword who carries on the ancient tradition that the baneful bloodline is an assassin by trade, naturally capable of incredible swordsmanship. Aya lived alone from childhood with her father Ouroboros, an accomplished swordsman who trained her mercilessly on a daily basis until she became his equal at a young age. One day, her stepmother Tsubaka was suddenly murdered by someone. Upon learning this, Aya's father suddenly vanished. Now on her own, Aya worked as an undead hunter with the help of a woman going by the name of Leah, who contacted her offering to provide her services as an informant. Aya's plan was to continue slaughtering undead till she could find her father Ouroboros someday and reconnect with her younger half-sister. Okay. So I guess we'll just continue.
Whoa, you're a big freak, aren't you? Get in my way and I'll cut you in two.
Now.
My info
Okay, I'm
says
getting the hang of
there's
that.
a large undead man on the rampage in the area. He overswings a lot and his attacks offer openings, but be careful. He's
Okay, I guess I'm being covered in blood.
But knowing you, it's nothing you can't handle.
And now. There we go.
But thanks. I'll dice him up real good.
I'm dicing it up so good, I'm laying inside of him and doing it. Okay, he's
Starting to get a
gone.
little rough, is it? Your baneful blood gets excited when you're covered in the blood of others, doesn't it?
So I had 1,000 health to start off
Reaches
with.
its peak. It makes you go berserk, right?
Okay, now for the transformation again. So is that why she chooses not to wear clothes? Because blood... So is she like Scarlet, where just blood can be absorbed through her skin? I don't get it.
Those of the baneful bloodline are even scarier than the undead. They really are fascinating.
I'd rather just fight the boss now. This is kind of stupid, just delaying me by having me fight the same generic zombies for like 5 more minutes. Because they do have some attacks and they can hit me, but they're very slow to do any of that. That's why the game kind of has a Dynasty Warriors feel, because these things just are not threatening. Okay, I'm going to assume that means the big guy's back.
Okay.
No, he still ain't back. Got a 178 hit combo, or whatever it's climbed to by now. Almost 200. Over 200. Okay, does that mean the boss is back? Yes, crap. Okay. Ow. Yow! It's very hard to parry him when the camera isn't locked onto him, because now he has those 3-hit combos, and that's very annoying. Okay, that was apparently like a perfect dodge sort of deal. Now, come on, one of those should have been a block. See, I can't hit him and focus on the zombies around me, which is very difficult.
Hello, Aya?
This is ridiculous.
Huh? Don't tell me.
Father taught
What?
me
What the heck did I just do there?
Right now?
whatever gave you that idea.
Okay, it's... Apparently he's got some sort of growl move. Okay, he's really chopping away at my health. But he's low. I think I can get him here. Now, come on, that blocked him, but it didn't interrupt him. I thought it was supposed to stop him. I'm down to 76 health. I've got to be very careful. I can win if I'm careful. Come on, just chop him up. Hallelujah. Cool finish. That's not exactly a cool finish. Yeah, she Virgil'd him. And then back... Every shot's gonna be a shot of her tits, isn't it?
Woof! Well done. Oh, by the way, Aya, I just installed a shop app on your device.
Sorry,
You
it's
can
bottle
use it to
pop.
order items at any time. Of course, that'll cost money, though.
So
Yeah,
just turn her
yeah.
into a shopaholic.
Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome.
I did not take 3 minutes and 35 seconds on that. That was a lot longer than 3 minutes. And then I don't know what a V rank is. I don't know if that's good or bad. I leveled up 3 times. I unlocked a new technique. Upgrade that. And then I guess put a couple of points in health. Might as well. Okay. So you gain points for different things, yeah. So just like Devil May Cry or anything else. Ecstasy combination. It's a finishing blow you unleash by consuming your ecstasy gauge. Okay. So am I just supposed to shop in the missions? Because it doesn't even give me an option to pause or save between missions like old DMC
Looks
games
like you're
did.
there.
A goddess statue.
Aya, are you religious?
Not really.
When you find a goddess statue, your HP is replenished and stains on your body are reduced. If your HP is low, it may be a good idea to seek out a goddess.
It's too quiet.
Man, the frame rate dies. Okay, so let's take a look at the shop. So I can buy, like, health consumables. A choker that temporarily makes me invincible. Essentially a gold orb. And a goddess statue. Why would I want to reduce my stains if they're a good thing? That's what I don't want. Maybe because I don't want to lose my defense. Is that supposed to be like it? Okay, all these are too rich for my blood. Is there anything to like make the parry window? Okay, Ring of No Limits. Gradually recover HP. That sounds powerful. Ring of Blood Sucking. Recover your own HP when you land a hit on an enemy. Okay, so the best items then would be the gradually recover HP, and then I guess there is prediction. I thought that was the dodge thing. Yeah, so I guess I'll figure it out as I go along. I still don't
This
get
elevator is stopped on the third
why
floor.
she's wearing a bikini.
Guess it's broken.
I mean, let's be honest here. Other than sex appeal, at least Juliet in Lollipop Chainsaw was supposed to be a cheerleader. Was she dressed a little bit like a fantasy cheerleader? Yes, but she was a cheerleader nonetheless. You know, like I said, at least give her the thing where she says she absorbs blood through her skin, you know. Then it would be, you know, like quiet breathing through her skin in the Phantom Pain.
You must be the welcoming party.
Do I have like different combos, by the way? Okay, so I do. Roundhouse kick to flash combo. Leg sweep, cleave combo.
Down here.
That doesn't seem really that different from anything else. So they actually did have different zombies, though. These are all nurse themed. Man, the frame rate. Am I free to go now? Oh, I'm supposed to go back out. Because of course I am, for some reason. Okay, fine. Now that there's not so many enemies grouped together, the combat's kind of clunky in a way, because she just sort of throws herself in a direction and hopes to hit. So you can tell they kind of designed it with more of the Dynasty Warriors combat.
Gotta dodge counterattacks and strike with just the right timing.
If you attack again just as another attack hits, your combo will turn into a cool combination. During a cool combination, your character emits a pale light. Both action speed and attack speed increase. And one more step is added to your combo. Your wireless controller will vibrate when a cool combination succeeds. I can also turn it on or off. Okay, I think I had turned that on because I thought I accidentally turned it off, yeah, when I was working on the thing, trying to get it changed over to English. Am I doing it yet?
To ask, what made you decide to become an undead hunter?
Well, it lets me use the sword skills my father taught me when I was little. I guess I just do it because I want to. It's the only reason I need.
I see, so you just kind of do whatever feels right? Yeah. I get it. That makes sense. We've never known a world without the undead in it. Seems like the perfect place for people like you and me, Aya.
Maybe. Still, it's kind of hard to tell people you're in the undead business.
Well, I mean, is it common in this world, or is it not common? Because if it's an everyday thing, you know, I can't imagine a life without the undead, she said. Then everybody must know about it. I mean, maybe it's like, she means it's like saying you're a mercenary. I don't know. Was that supposed to be like a cool combo there? Because I flashed blue for a second, or a cool combination, whatever the game wants to call it. Good lord. I will say, I don't think I've ever seen that many games where I've gotten a combo meter up so high before. I do like having a massive, almost 300 hit combo.
It looks like the electricity's still on. I'm looking at the building's blueprint. Oh, I see another elevator in the X-ray lab.
Thanks. I'll head on over.
Man, but the amount of blood on the screen is pretty impressive, I'll give it that. This game came out in like 2020, according to Steam, but that might have just been the Steam release. I don't know exactly when this came out, but if you're interested in it, this game is fairly new. Okay, do I turn... How do I turn that off?
Okay.
There's a goddess statue there that will restore my health, but will it... Yeah, it warps me out of that. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I guess I need it more for combat. Okay, now they got guns. Got one cop holding his gun all gangster style. Okay, I can't parry that. I don't know why I thought I could. I just imagined that she could, you know, pull a Virgil. Okay, my gauge is already starting to fill back up. So it fills up rather quickly in these combat arenas. Oh crap. Okay, that was apparently a prediction. I will say the combat is actually not too bad. I mean, it reminds me of Lollipop Chainsaw, because Lollipop Chainsaw was a really fun game, and if you didn't know, it was actually directed, or, you know, co-made, or however you wish to word it. I don't know exactly how his level of involvement outside of writing, but James Gunn worked on this game. Or, not this game, but Lollipop Chainsaw, pardon me. And so, I'm a big James Gunn fan, and so I really like the game just because it has his brand of humor and some of his clever writing to it. And this game kind of gives me a lot of similar vibes to that game, although I will admit I don't really seem to be able to understand some of the design choices. Oh, I can choose when to go to the next chapter. The levels are extremely short, like overly short. It seems like
I want to use that elevator, but getting to it won't be easy.
It seems like every arena is its own level, and then the game just moves you on to the next arena. When realistically, hang on, let me pause. When realistically speaking, like the first level and the second level that leads up, you know, this is the boss fight, could have all been one level. You run to the end of that arena, and then it's the boss. You know, I don't get why it's like chunks of levels instead of just a whole level. It's an odd thing.
It looks sticky. No.
Ow.
More like muddy.
Muddy? Oh. You're talking about a type of undead called a mudman.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain. You can't kill them by just attacking them normally.
What?
Anyway, good luck. Later.
Approach to stun lesser enemy. Okay, so I can only... So I can only do it with Berserker form. You can use a cool finish to stab them. Oh, so you have to use a cool finish. Or you can hurt them in your Berserker form. Ow. So... I gotta stagger him by parrying him. Now come on, that should have been a hit. Also, I don't like how when she's locked on, she moves so slow and she's just like taunting with her. I do like how she taunts, but still. Okay, so they did bother to give her like cool finish moves and stuff like that. Those cool finishes are not really that useful though, because unless you're in the middle of a crowd when it activates like that, sometimes it just triggers on enemies that by the time you're able to hit them, you're kind of not needing the cool finish because you're in the opposite direction. Okay, see, like right there, I ran out of time to do the cool finish move. Okay, try to hit me. And of course I miss it. It's very hard to time that. But there, it didn't do nothing to him, of course. Now, come on. The parry windows and stuff is what's kind of difficult for me. Because it feels like it's such a slower pace than what you're used to, I guess is my problem. See, I'm encouraged to go slower to kill these guys, which is something I haven't been trained to do because the combat's so fast-paced. Which kind of seems like bad game design to me. You should never have to slow down to hit an enemy. Or maybe I was supposed to be encouraged to like, get my blood gauge built up quicker.
That's not something I can test myself, though.
At least there's more mudmen for me to fight now. Now, come on, that should have been a parry there. See what I mean? Like, the enemies aren't always grouped together. It would have been just cooler if it was like an area finish, you know, like everything in the area died when she attacked them that way. Ow! I'm gonna run out of health quickly here. There we go. I'm trying to get better at this game. I will admit, it's actually a little bit more complex than I was originally imagining it to be. Not much. It's just... It almost seems like inflated difficulty just due to certain design choices. If only those things had been able to spawn in a little quicker there. Okay, I need to get my blood gauge rebuilt back up. Oh man, I didn't realize how low I am. And there's so many mudmen now. I'm not going to be able to win this. It's going to restart me, isn't it? Okay, there's only 2 mudmen left, if I can just survive. Come on. And I got taken out by a basic zombie because I was trying to parry. And then it doesn't just give you an option to retry. Okay, yeah, I still don't have enough money to, like, buy a ring. Police zombie shield. So
There's some weird undead thing there. It looks sticky.
There we go.
More like muddy.
I don't know where they get mud out of that. Why not just call them goo men?
Called a mud man. They are kind can't kill them by just attacking them normally.
Why? Couldn't she stick her sword through their chest and stab the heart? I mean, that's what I would do. Again, I guess, why am I questioning logic in a world where this woman is walking around in a bikini? Sometimes it's a thong in some of the games, if I'm not mistaken. And chopping up zombies while looking for her missing father and sister. I like how that does stun in an area, though. Man, how many did I just hack through there? Crap, I knew as soon as I hit that, I missed it. Come on, there we go. Decent hits there. About to get my berserker form. It's hard to remember to reload the sword, as they call it, which I don't know why they call it reloading either. It's not a gun.
You'll also be able to damage the mudmen in your berserk form. That's not something I can test myself, though.
Not this time. That's gotta hurt.
At least I have more health now than I did earlier when I was doing this.
Nice try.
Okay, is that all the mudmen, or is there more? Looks like my blood gauge is almost out, or whatever you want to call it. Ecstasy, or berserk. I don't even know. See, when you're down to like 1 or 2 enemies, the combat doesn't feel near. It's meant to be slicing up waves of enemies, lightning quick. And when you're down to like this weird thing where there's like 4 or 5 in a group, it feels a little more awkward and a little less tight, like it did. Oh crap. Okay, one more. Okay, I'm getting good at that parry window. It's just one of those things, it's a muscle memory thing, because every game kind of does their parries just slightly different. Like Elden Ring, I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring lately. Dark Souls 1 had the widest parry window in Demon Souls. Like in Demon Souls and in the remake 2, I can parry. But in Dark Souls 2 on, I cannot parry other than second.
Take care of them all. Nice work. Apparently, that hospital was run by an organization known as Ouroboros. They were doing some kind of unethical research, and an accident destroyed the place.
Whoa. Is that why there are so many undead here?
Well, it's been a while, so I guess anything could have happened since then, right?
Okay. So it says we did that in under 4 minutes, and I know we didn't. I feel like their time measuring gauge is way off. That or I'm doing this way quicker than it feels longer, which I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult to this game. I will say, it doesn't... I feel like this leveling thing is completely pointless, because I don't feel like I'm killing these things any quicker than I did at the start of the game. I don't know why they designed it like this. I don't think we're going to be able to make it through another level, even if it claims I'm doing them in under 5 minutes, and I don't really feel like trying to do it again. So you earn different things by completing different little challenges there. Apparently you can earn different profiles. I don't know what Devada is. Was that boss that we fought? Okay, so they made like these little character bios that are completely unnecessary. I mean, I guess that's a nice thing, you know, I guess word it however you like. Some people might like that. And then you can see the tutorials, which I guess is nice. Oh, so the prepare for battle is the shop. I don't know why they wouldn't tell you that. So if I can own 2 of those at a time, does their effects stack? Okay, apparently I don't have enough. Okay, is that ring oh, that ring is a lot more expensive. So I guess I'll just get the Ring of No Limits.
I definitely need this.
And then I can buy like a cure gem or anything, but because the levels are allegedly so short, why would I need to recover health? It'd be cheaper to just die and respawn. So I can equip 3 rings. So you can buy 2 rings, but you can only
with my sword.
But you can only have 1 equipped, so why? Okay, so apparently I can unlock different characters, or maybe that's like post-game, I don't know. And then there are some combos, but there's not really that much combos. It's mostly just variations of X, XX, and stuff like that. And it's apparently, so I level up, see it unlocks more strings to your combo, which is interesting. I'll give them credit for that. It's sort of like the style meter, and you do apparently get different weapons too. It's like the style meters leveling up from DMC3, I guess. But anyway, that's Onee Chanbara's first playthrough. From what I googled on how long to beat, the game is 6 hours. Now, I don't know if that means 3 hours for Onee Chanbara 1 and then 3 hours for Onee Chanbara 2, or if it means like each game is 6 hours. But because the story is all in one now, I don't know if they cut anything or what they did. But so far, I will say, just consumer advice, like I said, because for the deal it's worth, I do recommend picking it up just from my first hour of playing through it. The combat, so if you're looking for a fun little game and that's it, you know, you're not looking for something particularly intelligent or as sharp and as honed as, say, Bayonetta or Devil May Cry, this is fine. But the PC port does have the problems, the Japanese language being the thing it's originally set to, making it hard to access the menus. And then I noticed several performance issues on a GTX 2080 Ti. So I don't know why it's got so many performance issues. It seems like it's just not exactly a perfect PC port, so be wary of that. I don't think there's any fan-made patches, and because from what I saw on the Steam, I guess you call it your library page. I don't know what you call it now when you click on a game in your Steam library. Updates for this game ended in October of 2021, so I highly doubt that there's going to be a sudden update to the game now. But it's interesting, and I'm a person who, even if I don't particularly like the game, I don't like it when games are left locked in other regions, because sometimes there's some pretty decent games out there, you know, that you might never have heard of and could have been a really, really good game. Like Shadow Tower Abyss was From Software on the PS2. It was a sequel to Shadow Tower that was on the PlayStation 1. It never got an English release. But there's a PS2 translation on, you know, certain sites that you can look up. And it's a phenomenal game. It is really, really good. It's got a cool limb targeting system, and it's a cool early look at, like, I don't want to say what Bloodborne would be, because ultimately the shooting mechanics are different, but it's an interesting look at like a Dark Souls with guns sort of deal. And I honestly wish that they would remaster those games. I don't think that a new one, unless it was sold as a budget title or a really, really interesting game, would probably sell very well. But, you know, it's a good game, and it was never released in America. Hungry Ghost, if you ever played that, it's only in Japanese. It's a pretty good little game. A lot of the Sakura Wars series was never released in America, and fans have had to translate it. I can't remember the name of the game. Deep Fear, I think it's what it's called. It was a Sega Saturn Resident Evil clone, and a lot of people say it and Dino Crisis are the best Resident Evil clones, but it never released outside of Europe and Japan. So if you didn't have a, you know, unless you can emulate it, which I've never had good luck with Sega Saturn emulators, you know, you couldn't play it. And so I'm one of those people, I believe that even if it's just as simple as translating the menus and the game is in Japanese, every game deserves its shot at an English release. And this is honestly not too bad. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it, seeing if it gets better, maybe with different characters. Because if I recall correctly, I don't remember if it was the Xbox 360 or the Wii one, but you could swap characters mid-combo. And now, because this is the first game, I get that, you know, it's probably building up for it. I don't remember if 2 did it or anything like that, because like I said, I never played any of them but the ones on the 360 and the Wii. But that was actually what kind of kept the combat fresh in this. It was like switching from the samurai girl to the other girl. I can't remember what her weapons are, and just keep going back and forth and back and forth. And it was sort of like almost a precursor to like DMC, Devil May Cry, the reboot, being able to switch weapons mid-combo. It was switching characters mid-combo, and it was really interesting. Is it a great game? No, but it's all right. I'm looking forward to playing through the rest. It might be, like I said, it's entertaining. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.